Welcome boys. Now last video we did on this guy, we were changing drive belt, and when I did the drive belt and AC belt, I noticed I had two pulleys that were making noise and the bearings were going out in it. The idler pulley on the AC belt, and then the tensioner slash idler, I guess, on the AC. I would call that a tensioning pulley, but I guess they refer to it as an idler pulley, so whatevs. So let's get in there and get her done. Alright, we're in the shade today. Hopefully you can see a little something. But we'll take our 13 mil. And let's see, down here. And you guys are out of frame. Let me fix that a little bit. Awful lot of weight on one side of this. Hopefully she doesn't fall. Alright. That's a little better. Alright, so the same one that's got our 17 mil on here. This is where we're going to loosen first. Our 13. Okay. And then the other side right here, I think, is where we loosen it. We'll allow that to pivot. Okay. Alright. So we got tension on here. We can slip that off. We don't really need to slip the belt off. What we do need to do is take our little pry tool, go in here and pop the cover off of this pulley. I need a candle or something out here too. I got all these damn mosquitoes harassing me. I'm trying to do stuff. Damn mosquitoes bite me. Alright, so I got our plastic cover off that covers the belt, or the and I can't remember if that's T50 or T55. I think it's T55, but I'll check. Of course, that guy wants to mow his lawn or whatever now. It's actually T50, not T55. So, T50. Got the big guy. We can now take this bolt off that's holding this pulley on. Pretty damn long. Alright. Alright. So it looks like yeah, she's a little roached. Alright, let's see which one best looks like this one. Okay, so this looks like it goes for the main drive. Part number is 89052 is for the main drive. So this will be replaced by this. Okay, so after some finagling, you'll be able to get your ridiculously long bolt back through this tensioner assembly and into the timing cover, I guess is what we're bolting into. We can thread her back in place. And I'm sure there's a torque spec somewhere, and if I'm honest, I would probably be more comfortable having that torque spec as opposed to what I'm going to do, which is going to go pretty tight, since it was very tight, but not too tight as to strip the threads in the aluminum timing cover, or to strip this bolt head where my T50 Torx is going into. I don't want to strip either of these things, so torque spec would be ideal, but I'm a little too lazy to fire up my computer with all my BMW software to get the actual torque specs. So maybe next time I'll kind of watch a YouTube video in the background, get that done while I'm looking up important information such as torque specs. But I imagine tight enough will be tight enough. Alright, so now we're getting kind of tight. So let's go tight, but not tight enough to strip anything. Alright, that's pretty tight, I think. I don't think I want to go any tighter than that. And that should be good enough for us to torque everything back. Alright, so now I gotta get my 13 mil. I gotta do this with one person now, whereas I had Katie to assist me before. Okay, so I got my bigger 17 since I gotta do the solo now. I don't have somebody else to tighten. So we got a little more lever. So I just gotta pull this direction towards the passenger side of the car as hard as I can, and then I can torque down the 13 mil right on top of it. So let's get her done, shall we? I think that's enough tension. Man, that feels pretty taut. Pretty taut. Okay, I think we're okay. Alright, I guess just to make sure though, let's fire it up right quick. Belt doesn't seem to have came off of any of the ribs anywhere. So okay, let's fire it up, make sure that it works, and then we'll move on to the AC. Alright, our belt's still on. And it is much quieter than it was before. Now we just need to do that AC pulley. And remember, that one wasn't loud, it was just spinning excessively. So we good, brah? Okay, so we got the car up in the air. And yes, I am using the Harbor Freight Kill You Special jack stands. Long after the recalls come out. So at this point, if it falls on me, I am not a victim, I am a volunteer. But the other jack stands I have ones that are much smaller, I use for a small car like the Vet. The other two I have are ginormous for a big vehicle like the truck. And these are the only in-between ones that fit every other car I have. And per Harbor Freight, they don't have any of the good ones in stock. So, I mean, I could return them and just get money, or I could wait and use them in the meantime and try not to die. So, for anyone who actually cares about my safety, none of you, we have the actual jack underneath there just in case. So we shouldn't die. Alright, so up here in the darkness, you'll see this pulley, which is our AC one, and I do believe we'll get the cover off, and hopefully it'll just be the same T50 Torx, and then we'll get her off. And then just like last time and up above, you need to loosen the two 13s, and then the tension will come off. Then we'll just have to torque it back with our 17 once we get there with the AC belt. But I should be able to hook it up like last time where you guys can see up in there. Okay, you guys can't see. Alright, so let's... I didn't bring a 10mm over here with me. Damn it, man. I think this is still 13 though, right? This one is. Okay, well, let me get my 10. Okay. Loosen this guy a little. Our 10. Yeah. Loosen our 13. There we go. Okay. And now I suspect this will be a T50, maybe. Let me get this cap up off of here. It's like a T50. So it must be a T50. Hopefully this thing's not a pain in the ass to get off. No, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So this bolt's actually much shorter than that top one. It does have a lot of thread. So let's get you out of here. See, it spins a lot, but not loud. Get the replacement up in here. Okay, and apparently, after you do get the old one out, the hole doesn't fit through part number 89042, so I did have to buy another 89052. So apparently AC pulley and idler pulley are both going to be the same part number, which is fine, whatever. So there we go. All right, so we'll put this one back on, put the bolt through, and then we should be golden. Okay, so let's get our part back on here, and hopefully it fits. Yeah, it does. So, alright, that is part number for both of them then. Okay, and after a little bit of finagling here, we got that back up to the top. Now we just need alright, the 13 is tight. The 10 is tight. There's tension on that belt. And the original, or the main drive belt also has its tension. Alright, and then we'll get our fan back on. And perhaps Katie would be nice to open up the trunk for me and get the fan tool kit so I can torque it down all the way. Now remember, this is reverse threaded. I didn't take it off in this video because I took it off in the previous video when I was changing just the belts. But because it is reverse threaded, it has to go on the lefty tighty, righty loosey. I think we got it this time. Yes. There we go. Alright. And then we only give it a very little ugga to the left. Because when you take this thing off again next time, you don't want to be struggling with it. think that's good. Alright, we are ready for a start, and then once we see our belts don't go flying off and the AC works and everyth's good, we're good. Alright, start it up, and then if I don't yell about a catastrophic failure, turn the AC on. Nice and quiet. I guess give it a couple of little revs, make sure she's good. Don't go freaking all the way up to like 5,000 RPM, just rev it up a little. Yeah, the oxygen sensor's bad still. Of course the engine light's still on. We haven't gotten to that video yet. Oh, let's give it up like 2-3 grand a little bit. Oh, that's fine. I think we're good. All right, shut it down. All right, so we're all good then. Pulleys are on, belts are done, fans back on, no weird noises. So there we go. That's how we replace, in this video, just the pulleys, and in the previous video, how we replace just the belts. And if you watched them both, how you replace the belts and the pulleys. For the BMW e38 740 IL M62 TU. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.